I really like doing interiors on these printed paper models. These ones are from clevermodels.net, which I'll say again that I'm not affiliated with them other than being a happy customer. But I really like doing these interiors. I'm going to show you some of the tips and things that I've done as things I've found out since I started doing these. And I'll tell you that these ones, I think these ones look really good, but my first ones weren't as nice as these. I've definitely gotten better. First thing I wanted to tell you about is these windows. And some of the windows I have lights in them, and I wanted light to come through the windows, but I didn't really want to see inside those windows, like on the second floor. So that's wax paper, just regular wax paper, and I do the windows just like they are on how clevermodels.net describes you should do them, and then I use wax paper in the ones I don't want you to see through. Now these other windows, like these ones, you can use the clear styrene sheets like you can get at the hobby shop. Sometimes my hobby shop doesn't have that in stock when I need it. So one of the things that I've done is use plastic wrapper like you get for, well, it's the stuff that's annoying to open and then you end up throwing it away. But like this piece right here, see how nice and smooth that is? That's a bunch of windows for the buildings, and it's something you're going to throw away anyways. So this is a good idea for using these. So these windows here are there's packaging, plastic packaging that I've used to have me some windows. Now the outsides of the models are pretty much done the way that clevermodels.net has instructions there. I'm not going to go through all that. So I use 110-pound bond from Staples, cardstock. I got a picture to show you. That's what I use for the outside of them. But let me show you what I do on the interiors of them. By the way, all my trees are portable. Put feet on the bottom of them so I can move them wherever I want. Now, if you look inside here, you notice these, I have foam board on the insides going around here. Then I just glue the printed sheets on the outside and use like spray adhesive or rubber cement. That stuff doesn't warp the foam board when it dries, and then you don't have light shining through your building when you put your lights in. The foam board I use is the cheap stuff. Here's the label for it. This I buy at the Dollar Tree, and it's 10 inches by 30 inches, about 3/16 inch thick, and it's $1 a sheet, or sometimes you can get it on sale at Walmart. It's the cheap stuff. So at Walmart sometimes I think I've got it for 89 cents a sheet, but you could do 4 or 5 of these kind of models with one sheet of that, so it doesn't cost much to do that. So here's what I do for the lights. You see, I just have these taped in the top, and they'll go underneath the roof. The LEDs that I use come in a roll like this. I get these on Amazon, and you can cut off 3 at a time, and every third LED there's a line where you can cut and separate them. So sometimes I'll use 3, sometimes I'll use 6. But these are LEDs, so they're 12 volt DC, and some of the power I've got is AC. So I get these rectifiers on, also get these on Amazon. You have to have these on the connect them to the positive side of the LEDs, and then the other side to your wire. This red shows that's where you want the hook to the positive side of the wire, or I mean of the LED lights, and then your input comes in from this side, the power source. Now these lights right here, I have the source for them is, I get about 11 volts right here at this power feed. So I don't have a resistor in there, but if you're going to run it on track power, need like 18 volts. Since these are only 12 volt lights, I'll put one of these 470 ohm resistors in, quarter watt, and I get these on Amazon too, so you can look these up on Amazon. Then wire them in, tape them in, and make sure that they're all lit up and no light shining through the sides. Now sometimes I don't use this foam board, and I'll just double up on the paper. So I'll show you on this one here. This one I didn't use any foam board inside of it. Instead I just made the walls about 3 ply, and then I reverse printed the outside walls to use for the inside, because they don't have an interior for this one on clevermodels.net. This one is McElder's Bike Shop. This one is Kirk's Books. And this one over here is Harvey's Hobbies, I think. So these are the models I was wanting to show you today. The only other thing, sometimes they have shadow boxes on these windows, which come out pretty nice. Let me show you what that's like. So it looks like there's an interior in there, but it's just a shadow box. Inside Kirk's Books here, I've got some bookshelves and newspapers, Time magazines. All that stuff comes from clevermodels.net. I buy the collection. If you get a collection, the collections have all kinds of extra graphics and stuff that you can use for details. So you see, you got a guy over here looking at the newspapers. This girl here is checking out books on the bookshelf. This girl here is checking out books on that bookshelf. So those are some things that I've done since I started doing these paper models and things I found out. You can see on that one, you can see how I printed the outside. I reversed it and then used it on the inside so I could have some interior detail. So I hope that gives you some ideas, things to do. Thanks for watching.